We all rise, please.
Yep. Just put it in that order.
Pledge allegiance.
To the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please. Right.
Supervisor Vecchio.
Here.
Councilman McCarthy.
Here.
Councilman Wareham.
Here.
Councilman Creighton.
Here.
Councilwoman Noack.
Here. You want to do the road commissioners' report?
Acting as the Board of Water Commissioners. Number one, promotion of Linda Bessetti Schettini to the position of Principal Account Clerk, Smithtown Water District. Number two, increase account compensation for losses in the amount of $8,354.21, and increase account maintenance repairs in the amount of $8,354.21. And then we'd like to vote on the approval of the minutes of August 11th, 2015.
Councilwoman Noack.
Yes.
Councilman Creighton.
Yes.
Councilman Wareham.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio.
Where we convened as a town board. Second readings for a parade walk run for Kings Park High School, special event for Barill's Farm Stand, and a parade run walk for Smithtown Turkey Trot. A first reading for the VFW Post 579, Veterans Day Parade, and for VFW Post 395, also a first reading. Anybody wish to be heard for or against the granting of those event permits? We'll move on.
At the building report also, Supervisor.
I see that, I'm sorry. And we have a building department report which is on file in the clerk's office for anyone's perusal. On the public hearing, the town to consider the application for renewal by Suffolk Cable of Smithtown, Inc., Cablevision, of its cable division television franchise with the town.
Good afternoon, Supervisor Vecchio, members of the town board. I'm Town Attorney Matt Jakubowski. This afternoon, we're holding a public hearing to consider renewal of Cablevision's franchise agreement with the town. Presenting the application on behalf of Cablevision is Joan Gilroy.
Good afternoon, Supervisor Vecchio, honorable members of the board. I am Joan Gilroy, Director of Government Affairs for Cablevision, located at 1600 Motor Parkway. On behalf of Cablevision, I appreciate this opportunity to address the board and to answer any questions for the purpose of requesting a 15-year franchise renewal agreement. Firstly, I would like to acknowledge your town attorneys, Matt Jakubowski and Janice Hansen, for their professionalism and for the courtesies they showed Cablevision during this renewal process. The current franchise expired on March 10th of this year, and we have been actively negotiating in good faith with the town since then. The New York State Public Service Commission suggests at public hearings that the cable operator validate the reasons for renewal as well as highlight the terms of the agreement. So I'll briefly go over where we've been over the last 10 years and what the new proposal has in store for you. During the past 10 years, Cablevision has exceeded the terms of the current franchise on many fronts. The company has invested hundreds of millions of dollars in our fiber optic infrastructure and our customer service operations. So just to list a few of the things that we enjoy today that we did not know about 10 years ago is hundreds of HD channels, ultra-speed internet service, digital phone service at competitively flat-rate prices, Wi-Fi, which we never even heard about, a 24/7 live customer service operation headquartered right here on Long Island, and we're very proud of that. We're not offshore. All of our customer service is handled by mostly residents of Long Island, and right here, the main office is in Melville. Sophisticated website for those who prefer not talking to real people and just like to do their dealings online and pay at all hours of the day and night. They can go online and do that. Same day, next day service calls, a sophisticated emergency preparedness and recovery operation. We are quite proud of quite proud of our performance during Hurricane Sandy, and unfortunately, we've been dealing with a lot of subsequent storms. We had, not too long ago, one up on the North Shore here, and we've been getting high marks as to our results and our preparedness for that. And the other thing which we completed during this period of time was a costly construction project which now allows all of the Smithtown residents the opportunity to view Channel 18 directly from Town Hall. 10 years ago when we were here, there was a portion in the lower southwest corner of the town that did not directly get the feed from here. So that was sort of a back issue for cable, and we had to split nodes, and we now have it all set up so they get it directly, the feed, out of Town Hall as every other resident of Smithtown. Moving on to the proposed agreement. The proposed agreement, as we said, is a 15-year term, which is equal to what our direct competitor has here, so it's a level playing field issue. Verizon has a 15-year agreement, so we're asking for a 15-year agreement. The continued payment of a 5% franchise fee, which is on an enhanced gross revenue. So there is another element in the definition of gross revenues, which includes a DVR functionality service. What this means is, in addition to the about $1.5 million that you receive annually in franchise fees, this should bring you approximately, based on usage last year, of another $75,000 that you should get on that. The total franchise grant. The total franchise grant is for $340,000, which exceeds our competitor. With an initial one-time payment of $245,000, which again exceeds our competitor, with an additional $95,000 paid in 9 installments. Just as a reminder, 10 years ago, we were at $125,000. So that's quite an increase to now $340,000. Free monthly television service to 61 locations throughout the towns, and that includes schools, libraries, fire and police houses, and 11 municipal buildings. And that, when you multiply out the value over a 10-year period of time, comes to about $178,000 worth of services. Again, Cablevision is very proud to continue to serve the people of Smithtown. We feel we have always been here to help support a community, a wonderful community. Just recently, we were very proud to be one of the first sponsors of the 350th anniversary celebration, which have been enjoying all the events through the year, the supervised breakfast, and many things through the years. So we look forward to continuing to serve Cablevision, to continue to serve the residents of Smithtown. And I would be happy to answer any questions.
It's okay, any board member wish to question, anybody in the public wish to be heard? Then I'll move to close the hearing.
Second.
Great, thank you.
Supervisor Vecchio?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Councilman Warehime?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Minogue?
Yes. Okay, the second public hearing is to consider proposal local law number 4 of 2015, adopting a new section of chapter 135 of the code entitled Dogs and Other Animals.
Good afternoon, Supervisor and members of the Town Board. My name is Janice Hansen. I'm an Assistant Town Attorney for the Town of Smithtown. The purpose of this public hearing is for the Town Board to consider the adoption of proposed local law 4-2015, adopting a new section of Chapter 135 of the Town Code, Section 135-1.1, Department Name. If adopted, the proposed local law will change the name of the town's animal shelter from Town of Smithtown Animal Control and Adoption Center to Town of Smithtown Animal Shelter and Adoption Center. Unless there are any questions, that concludes my presentation.
Town board, anybody in the audience wish to be heard on this proposal? Thank you, I'll move to close the hearing.
Second.
Supervisor Vecchio?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Councilman Warehime?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilwoman Minogue?
Yes. You can still read it.
Sure. Advertise for public hearing. The town board to authorize the town clerk to advertise for public hearing to be held at Town Hall, 99 West Main Street, Smithtown, New York, on the 6th day of October, 2015, at 2 p.m. to consider various proposed amendments to Chapter 322 of the Code of the Town of Smithtown entitled Building Zone Ordinance.
Councilwoman Minogue?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Warehime?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio?
Yes.
Okay, under resolutions, Town Board to authorize the town clerk to advertise for the following bids to be returned to Town Hall, 99 West Main Street, Smithtown, New York. A, bid number 15-052 for sale of residential electronics returnable on September 24, 2015. And B, 15-060 playground safety surface and returnable September 17, 2015.
Councilwoman Noak?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Wareham?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Supervisor
Yes.
Vecchio?
Item number 2, the town board to award the following bids and to authorize the purchase of the associated goods and services as per 2A, bid number 15-048 for traffic signal pole installation to Commander Electric as per bid opening July 30, 2015.
Councilwoman Noak?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Wareham?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio?
Yes.
The town board to do study and deliberation of subject record to issue a secret negative declaration of termination of non-significance in the following matters as per 3A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and they are 271 Smithtown Boulevard, Secra, Smithtown Mazda, Secra, Stephen Saunders for RSM, Secra, SMSA Limited Partnership for Verizon Wireless for Verizon, Secra, and Smithtown Code Chapter 322, Section 19E.
Councilwoman Noak?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Wareham?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Supervisor
Yes.
Vecchio?
Town of Smith, the town board to approve the following as before A through O. Town board, a regular meeting, August 11, 2015 at 2 p.m. I assume that's the minutes, Vinnie?
Yes.
Town attorney or appropriate official to enter in stipulation of settlement for agreement for consent tertiary to enter onto regarding various tax tertiary matters. C, extension of agreement with Warren LFG Services for professional services. D, establish of minimum wage rate of $9 an hour. E, supervisor to sign an agreement with Bridgehampton National Bank for payment processing. F, Eileen Tropier, town personnel officer, and other employees to attend a seminar, a compliance seminar. G, amendment of resolution 2015-675. H, town clerk to issue special events permit to Barella's Farm Stand. I, town attorney to terminate account with LexisNexis. J, salary increase for exempt employees per attached list. K, the town clerk to issue a parade run walk permit to Kings Park High School. L, the sale of 0.3 density flow rights from the town density flow rights bank. M, retain the services of John S. Gross Realty for an appraisal. N, amendment to the collective bargaining agreement with the Smithtown Administrative Guild for the position of Town Maintenance Director for the Parks Department. And O, adoption of local law number 3-2015 to amend the code for the Town of Smithtown in Chapter 322, Section 19E, environmentally sensitive lands. All put a printed agenda.
Councilwoman Noak?
Matthew?
Yes, with the exception of D, I'll make a motion on D to table.
Second.
Which one is that?
What was that?
Hang on. You want to table it, did you say?
Yes.
Which
Okay.
one, which one?
D, the minimum wage.
Is there any reason, could you explain why we would table that again? Councilwoman?
Yeah, my tabling doesn't mean that I am not eventually in support of this, but I want to look over the budget this year. And also, and I'm glad you asked the question, because just for the record, for the public record, this does not mean I am against this right now. I just want to look at the budget, which is not due for another 30 days, I believe. I have had a very bad experience a few weeks ago with one of the, and I know this is meant for the summer help, and I had a very bad experience with one of the young summer employees that worked for the recreation department who called screaming and cursing at me, and when he hung up, his mother called and screamed and yelled and cursed. So I just want to make it clear, this is not something I am adamantly opposed to. I want to look at the budget, which is why I tabled and did not vote no.
Well, first, we have a motion on the floor that we must vote upon unless there's a,
Yes,
unless you want to withdraw the,
was there a second?
Yes.
yes, there was a second.
Okay.
So first we have one. Do you want to make a motion to withdraw this resolution?
No, the motion's on the floor to
But
table.
you already have a motion here. Okay, so we have a motion by Councilwoman Noack, second by Councilman McCarthy. Supervisor Vecchio,
You want my
on the
vote?
motion to table.
Yes.
Okay, Councilman Wareham,
No.
And Councilman Creighton?
No.
Okay. Councilwoman Noack? Yes. And Councilman McCarthy? Okay, 3-2. Table.
Need vote the rest of the agenda now?
All right, now we need to vote the rest of the agenda. Okay, Councilwoman Noack on the rest of the agenda.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Councilman Wareham?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy? I
Yes.
said that already, and Supervisor Vecchio?
Yes.
And Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Town Board to authorize the controller to execute the following as per 5A through U of the printed agenda and its various transfers and revenue code adjustments.
Councilwoman Noack?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Wareham?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio?
Yes.
Town Board to authorize the supervisor to execute the following in form approved by the town attorney as per 6A, B, C, D, and E. Agreement to extend services of Nelson and Pope to retain experienced professional services necessary to complete design of a standby diesel generator. C, agreement with Opal Construction and Asphalt Paving to repair existing damage to pavement. D, Town Board to authorize the purchase, configuration, installation of a microwave interlink system. And E, the Town Board to authorize the purchase of the configuration of the installation of the microwave link system.
Councilwoman Noack?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Wareham?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio?
Yes.
Town Board to approve the settlement of the following matters for recommendation of Town Attorney as per 7A through F. Payments of $775.58, a payment of $290, a payment of $685, a payment of $190.09, a payment of $169.19, and Progressive Insurance of subrogate of $2,000, and one more of $14,000.
Councilwoman Noack?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Wareham?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Supervisor?
Yes.
The Town Board to authorize the acceptance of the following as per 8A through E. Donations, cash donation, accept cash donations, and Capital One cashier's bank check.
Councilwoman Noack?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Wareham?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio?
Yes.
And number 9, the Town Board to authorize the release of the following as per 9A performance bond through the Bank of Smithtown Passbook 010604098 as per the printed agenda.
Councilwoman Noack?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Wareham?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio?
Yes.
Under personnel, item number 10, Town Board to approve the following personnel matters as per 10A through N, and it's a change of title, a part-time appointment, medical leave, and acceptance of volunteer services, accept volunteer placement, seasonal reappointment, a part-time appointment, change of status, a leave of absence, full-time provisional appointment, a part-time appointment, and a part-time appointment.
Councilwoman Noack?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Wareham?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio?
Do site plans, Pat?
Okay, we're now sitting as a site plan review board, and the Board of Site Plan Review to conditionally approve site plan number 15-09 for warehouse in an industrial building. Conditionally approve the site plan for Verizon at 2171 Jericho Turnpike, and conditionally approve a site plan for Wendy's Restaurant located at Motor Parkway and Marcus Boulevard.
And you also have the minutes approval for...
I'm sorry, I missed that. And to approve the minutes of August 11, 2015.
Councilwoman Noack?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Wareham?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio?
Yes. Okay. I'll just put this here. Mr. Giuliano, please.
Good afternoon, Supervisor Vecchio and Town Board members. In front of you are copies of my request to the Board at the May 5th, 2015 meeting to correct the missing light that illuminated the American flag flying in the park at North Country Road and Mauritius Road in St. James. Supervisor Vecchio responded that it will be taken care of. I'm here today to thank him and whoever else was responsible for rectifying the situation. It is a statement to the residents of Smithtown that local government can react in a positive way. Thank you
Thank
again
you.
very much, especially being that I did mention 9/11 and it comes this Friday.
Thank you.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
Next, Yvonne Katz.
So,
Surely,
I
and you have
asked that
3
the-
minutes,
as-
please.
I asked at the time, okay. Good afternoon, I'm sorry. My name is Yvonne Katz. There are too many unanswered questions in Mr. Vecchio's administration. The alliance between Councilman McCarthy, who is the liaison to the Hapog Industrial Park, and Mr. Vecchio is obvious. The manner in which the zoning violations at the Hapog Industrial Park are being handled should make anyone distrust of any endorsement you, Mr. Vecchio, will do, particularly when it comes to a council board member. The fraternity amazed in Mr. Vecchio's 38 years in office is not for the people of Smithtown. It is only for the politically connected, who with Mr. Vecchio's administration are using acoustic military applications against homeowners and families to get away with zoning violations at the Hapog Industrial Park. I ask again, if the government is not involved in the acoustic military operations manipulating our environmental noise, why so many violation cover-ups? Why the director of the building department, Mr. White, has been instructed not to follow the normal protocol of zoning reinforcement on Mall Drive at the Hapog Industrial Park? Why is public safety lying about these violations? Why are building owners and businesses on Mall Drive above the law? Any endorsement by Mr. Vecchio will only expand his cancerous claws of greed into our government with zoning violation cover-ups, discrimination, and injustice that only benefits the powerful, the politically connected, and the wealthy, destroying people's morale and trust in government. At least Mr. Creighton and Mr. Wertheim are bringing a proposal to have an independent commission to oversee government operations with efficiency and hopefully with integrity to enforce the laws in this town. It makes one wonder why Mr. Vecchio opposes this imperative proposal.
That's the next guy. John, is it Houlihan? Please.
My name's John Houlihan. The reason I'm here is my neighbor has a wood-burning stove or some kind of device like that where he uses it 24/7, 6 months a year in the winter to heat his house. The smoke gets into my house, and it's killing me. And I complained to Smithtown Building Department, the fire marshal, and the town attorney, and nobody helped me out. And
Can I interrupt? What did the building department tell you?
I filed a complaint with them, and they said that that his chimney was up to code. But the
Okay.
complaint was about what was coming out of the chimney.
Okay.
The guy, I got the inspector on the phone, and he said that he went over there, but he never went over there. Because I said, well, what kind of stove does the guy have? He paused, and he said, pellet. He doesn't have a pellet stove, he has a wood-burning stove. So I know that he didn't inspect the stove. But he doesn't have a certificate of occupancy for it. I found that out because I filed a FOIA request with the building department and the fire marshal.
What's
It's
the address?
killing me.
What's the address that you're referring to?
His is 36 Summit Drive.
Okay. We'll refer this to the building department? Yes.
Just a quick question, and something is, I'm remembering. Do you live in the 13th legislative district or the 14th?
I don't know.
Where do you live? Summit Drive, where is that? It's
Behind the watermill, couple blocks.
I'm not sure I remember this correctly, but the wood-burning stove, I believe there's some type of a county law about that. You might want to contact Leslie Kennedy and just to ask her to.
I did.
And they don't have.
Well, her husband was
Well,
legislator
yeah,
like
but
a
he
year
or she
ago.
is
Well,
now.
I called him, and they didn't help me either. They sound like they're going to help me, but they don't. I called everybody. This is like the second. This is the beginning of the 4th year. He did it Saturday night. my heart was skipping beats, and I'm not kidding around. I mean, if this doesn't stop, I have to sell my home.
So you're
I
saying
have to get out of
there
it.
was some type of law, but nobody would enforce it? Is that what happened?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the law is, but I called Kennedy, I called all the departments I mentioned, I called the Suffolk County Department of Health, the EPA, the DEC, Police Department, Nassau Supply
Houlihan.
Department. Nobody helped me out.
Okay.
I'm not so sure if there is the code provides that a permit is needed for wood-burning stove.
It does, though, only because not to interrupt you, I'm
Sure.
sorry, but I got the application for it from the fire
Okay,
marshal.
so then,
And I saw it with my own eyes in his
okay,
house.
you're being here in front of 5 of us. A call will be made to the building department tomorrow regarding it, to ascertain all of the facts, and if it's in violation, we'll enforce the law. Okay? I'll follow up with you.
Okay.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it, thank you.
Thank you.
That's it.
John Obanchik. Mr. Obanchik, before you begin, this elected town board here, if you notice, every one of us is wearing a suit and collar and a tie, and Mrs. Noack is appropriately dressed. Attorney is wearing a collar tie, as is the clerk. Now, if you come up here dressed like you're going to the beach, you're showing an ultimate disrespect for every one of us who's been elected to office by the people of Smithtown. And I find you coming here an insult, I really do.
Next time I come here, I'll wear what you consider appropriate clothing.
Fine, thank you.
All right. Hello, everybody. Got a few things to bring up. Again, I don't want to be interrupted because I have somewhere to be. The shelter. I brought up at a meeting, I don't know the dates, I wasn't going to waste my time, about how 28 cats were killed and only 19 were euthanized. Matt had said he was going to, public safety was investigating it. Well, I now know that they were smothered in a pillowcase. And the next board meeting, bingo, George Beatty's gone, saving his pension. Parks Department, I came up here, I mentioned about a red light ticket. Other things shook out, people got upset. I believe, I don't want to mention people's names, family members might be going to school with my children, but he said something, it was in the paper, and something was denied, and as of Friday, bingo, another department head running for the hills with their pension. There's another department head, Mr. Jorgensen, which I will say his name. He's still running for his job, has his job with 4 felonies. He's waiting court. Put down $1.8 million of our money in 30-degree weather. We had a guy here that was kind of explaining that with the commissioners, like Yvonne was saying, that we can get the power back, and he would have to answer to people. But the way it is now, he's an elected official. He gets away with whatever he wants. So commissioners, with Mr. Creighton was saying, and that gentleman, I don't remember his name, that you were kind of rude to, in my opinion, again, that's just my opinion, was trying to say 30, 40 years ago in Islip or wherever that town was, they had the same problem, and they don't have that problem anymore. You and this Lisa woman are saying that would be a really stupid idea, because I read something on the internet that would make corruptions. As far as this minimum wages, Bob had said it was like $23,000 to get it up to $9 an hour. If you got it just up to $8.75 an hour, that would be $18,000 approximately. As a parent of children in this town, I find it insulting that we are paying our children below what the state calls minimum wage. Very bad. And back to the shelter. Why is the shelter not open on Sundays yet? Why is it taking so long? I was not able to walk the dogs since Saturday. They were closed on Sundays to the public, again on Mondays. The dogs are in the cages, not being walked. I'm sure the kennel workers got them out briefly while they're doing their other job for almost 3 full days. We just opened it. What's the problem? Sue Hansen should be able to call you guys, get the shelter, hire a little bit more budget. I don't see the problems. There was also a meeting, you weren't giving, you snuck George Beatty the $5,000 raise after all.
I'll move to close the meeting.
Second.
Supervisor Vecchio.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Councilman Wareham.
Yes.
Councilman Creighton.
Yes.
Councilwoman Minowa.